Last year, Eliud Kipchoge made history by becoming the first man to run a marathon in less than 2 hours, a task that many thought was impossible. But how did Ineos put together such a feat? Why did it not count as an official world record? And how did Kipchoge manage to pull it all off? Here's how it happened. The goal started in 2016 at Nike, as the company devised its plan to break the 2-hour barrier for a full 26.2-mile marathon, in a project entitled Breaking 2. Nike selected 3 athletes that they felt might have what it takes to run the required pace of 2 minutes 50 seconds per kilometre. Eritrean Zersane Tadisi, Ethiopian Lalisa Desisa, and the Kenyan Eliud Kipchoge, all World Championship medalists. The Nike Research Lab spent several months working with the runners at altitude to refine their diet, training and hydration to ensure the best chance possible of breaking the milestone. The Nike team eventually chose Monza racetrack as the venue, the site of the annual Formula One Italian Grand Prix. With its low altitude, long sweeping corners, and generally mild conditions, the racetrack was the perfect venue for the attempt. The date was then set for the weekend of 6th and 7th of May 2017. In the same way as surfers allocate a weekend to compete and then take to the waves when the conditions are at their best, Nike followed suit, deciding on relatively short notice to stage the run at 5:45 AM on Saturday morning, with the ideal conditions of 12 degrees Celsius and some light rain forecast. However, some of the other conditions created by Nike would make the run ineligible as an official athletics world record, such as the use of interchanging pacemakers throughout the run. When the big day came, none of the runners were able to complete the run in under 2 hours, with Kipchoge coming the closest in 2 hours 25 seconds, less than a second per mile outside the target pace, but still more than 2.5 minutes quicker than the marathon world record at the time. After coming so close, Kipchoge would get another bite of the cherry 2 years later in an event sponsored by British chemicals giant Ineos, who named it the 1:59 Challenge. Since the last attempt, Kipchoge had shattered the official marathon world record by over a minute in Berlin, the largest dent made in the record for over 50 years. Training resumed. This time, the event would take place in a park in Vienna, as Kipchoge requested the presence of a crowd to spur him on. The team had now refined their strategy, making use of bicycles to deliver Kipchoge his drinks throughout the run, and weighing the volume of water he'd drunk to ensure he was kept at optimum hydration. He was also joined by a team of 41 pacemakers, comprised of faces young and old who compete on the international stage. Kipchoge came through in a time of 1 hour, 59 minutes and 40 seconds, breaking the apparently impossible 2-hour barrier. But the real winner of the run was Nike, as Kipchoge and the pacemakers spent the entire run in full Nike attire. On their feet were the company's latest flagship product, the Nike ZoomX Vaporfly NEXT, which claim to take 4% off your marathon time. The shoes have even led to complaints to World Athletics about the unfair advantage they may provide. The day after the Ineos Challenge was the 2019 Chicago Marathon, one of the 6 World Marathon majors, and saw the top 10 male finishers all wearing the Vaporfly. With a price tag of $250 and a lifespan of only around 200 miles, the shoe definitely isn't for everyone. But with this type of technology on his side and an ambitious attitude, it seems Kipchoge succeeded in living by his own mantra that no human is limited. And that's how it happened. Like and subscribe to see more videos, and comment below with what you'd like to see next, and we'll show you how it happened. Thanks for watching.